If you're looking to raise capital for your real estate deals, but you feel like you need to get a little more traction before you do so, I'm going to tell you why that is a terrible idea, because you're never going to be ready. All right, I'm going to give you some tips and insights to get started today without waiting. Let's jump into it. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is John Casmon, and I am a multifamily investor and the host of the Multifamily Insights podcast. I have partnered with others on over $150 million worth of apartments, and I want to help you do the same. Now, for many people, I know that it can be a challenge to raise capital for your deals. You may feel like you don't have enough experience. You don't quite feel comfortable answering questions. You don't know really what to do. And I get it. And there's a lot of legitimacy in there, right? There are too many people out there raising capital for deals who don't know what they're doing, but I don't think you are one of them. Let's jump into that, right? First and foremost, the reason you're scared and the reason you don't feel comfortable is because you haven't put enough reps, okay? You don't have the confidence to go out and share what you're doing. You're focused on yourself, okay? So here's what I mean by that. One, when you haven't put in the reps, you don't have that confidence. And that confidence is really important. You have to know what you're talking about. And that doesn't come from just listening to a podcast or watching a video like this. You have to go out there and put in some reps. One of the best ways to do that is analyzing deals. It's also talking to folks in the marketplace. It's having people on your team, mentors, coaches, somebody you can talk to who's going to help you understand the business. If you're not actually learning this business and getting better at that, then yes, you're never going to have the confidence to go out there and raise money. That does not mean you need to have 100 units under your belt before you go out and do it the first time, okay? Experience does not necessarily equate to confidence. Confidence comes from preparation. There are lots of people who are ready for the opportunity who haven't actually done it. Let me give you an example, right? Let's take sports. As we're recording this, we got the NBA playoffs are getting ready to start, going on now. The NFL draft is coming up here, and there are going to be some young rookie players who are going to be asked to do something that they've never had to do, right? Literally have never played a game in the NFL, but they've played football before. So they can lean on their experience playing football to understand that should translate at a higher level. There are people who are asked to do things all the time where that skill translates. So for you, it's the same kind of thing. Maybe you haven't invested in a 100-unit building or even a 20-unit building. But if you've invested in a 3-unit building, the process is very similar. The numbers are kind of similar. Yes, it's bigger, and there are things you're not going to know, things you're going to have to learn. If you've been in business and you've overseen a $1 million budget, a $10 million budget, whatever it is, those skills, they can translate, they can transfer over. So yes, you may not have done the thing, but if you have some reps, you have experience under your belt doing other things that are transferable, then you should lean on that to build up your confidence. But it takes reps. You got to get comfortable. You got to learn your stuff. That's the number one thing that's going to help you. Here's the second thing, though. Okay. The second thing that's really important if you're looking to raise capital for these deals is you have to align yourself with the right team. Whatever you lack in experience, you've got to offset with people who absolutely make up for that. That could be the property manager. That could be a team member or a partner. That could be the analyst, the brokers that you work with. There are lots of different ways of building that up. And this is where, again, coaching and mentoring comes into play, because if you have folks on your team that you can lean on who have that experience, now you don't have to be the expert. You can be on a team. Going back to that rookie analogy, no one drafts a rookie and then expects them to lead them to the championship. You don't. You pair them with some veterans, some folks who've got more experience. You look at the skills that this person brings to the table. You pair with someone who maybe doesn't have that skill set. You got a big man, an athletic guy. You need a little fast, quick guy, right? You build a team. That's how you win. This is not a sport. This is not a game that you can win by yourself. You have to have a team. So think about it from that perspective. Who else is on your team? Who else can supplement the areas where maybe you're weaker, you don't have that level of experience? That is how you build confidence. That is how you build a credible team that can go out and do the thing. Here's the third thing. Sometimes people have that imposter syndrome. Maybe you've got the team. Maybe you have put in some of the reps, but you still don't feel comfortable going out there because it's your first time and you feel like an imposter. And I know a lot of investors deal with that. Here's the reason you may feel like an imposter. You're too focused on being the expert yourself. People aren't expecting you to know everything. They want you to know more than them, and they want you to be resourceful. That's right. That's the key. Be resourceful. If you can figure out where the solutions are, who to ask, what to do, how to navigate whatever comes up, then you're going to be someone people can trust. And in that scenario, now we feel comfortable investing with you. And one of the best ways to do that is share your journey. I was having a conversation with one of my coaching clients this week, and we were talking about a deal that he bought. He already owns this deal. And I was trying to push him to share the things he's going through on this deal because it makes it easier for people to learn more about you. See, when you have a live deal and trying to raise money, it's a challenge because you may feel the pressure of trying to hit the number you need. Maybe you're raising $500,000, right? You're going through that process. You're trying to raise the $500,000, but you know, if you don't hit this number, you may not be able to do this deal, right? And there's a lot of pressure that comes with that. And let me say this, when you feel that pressure, if you're talking to folks, they're going to sense it too. So the key to this whole thing is to talk to people matter-of-factly, directly, to have confidence in what you're doing. And if you can get into a situation where you're truly presenting opportunities and not begging, damn sure not begging. Hopefully you're not begging anybody for money. But if you're presenting opportunities to invest and you're sharing what you like about the deal and giving them the opportunity to decide whether or not it's a fit for them, that's going to put you in the best position because now you can answer the questions. It's kind of a chill environment. Hey, if they invest, awesome. If they don't invest, no problem. Maybe the next one will be the right deal for them. You can't fake that. It's got to be authentic, and it's something that you've got to truly believe in. And the best way to do that is to raise capital when you don't need the money. That could be when you don't actually have a deal or after you've already closed on a deal. And now you're sharing what you're dealing with on that deal so people can learn about you because now they don't have the pressure of trying to decide whether or not they want to invest in this deal and whether or not they want to invest with you. And that's the reality. When we talk about this imposter syndrome, what we're really saying is, do we want to face the reality that some people may decide that they do not want to invest with us? And that can be harsh, man. I remember the first time I was building up my investor database and I had a newsletter, and a guy that I used to work with, I had his email on our newsletter and he unsubscribed. I took it personal. I mean, I felt like this guy was basically telling me I was going to fail and never succeed. And I don't know why, but it just cut deep. And I kept asking, man, why did he unsubscribe? Like, I get if he doesn't want to invest, that's fine. But why not just hit delete like regular people? And I realized my perspective was all wrong because I was worried about me and my own ego and my feelings. The truth is probably much simpler than that. He wasn't interested. He wasn't interested in investing. I did not convey the value. I did not hit on the messaging that would have piqued his interest, and he unsubscribed. And guess what? I could take that personally and get in my feelings, or I could take that as feedback that maybe I missed the mark in what should have been important to someone like that. Because certainly passive income should be of interest to most people. Certainly wealth accumulation should be of interest to many people. Saving money on taxes, diversifying your portfolio. But maybe I didn't convey all those messages the right way. Or maybe they just saw the risk when they saw real estate. Either way, it really had nothing to do with me. It was about that person. And the truth is, everyone's not going to invest with you. Some people are not going to invest, and that's fine. Your goal is not to make everyone fall in love with real estate. It's to find the person who is looking for the opportunity that you can help them solve. That person who knows they've got a challenge. And if this is right for them, for you to get in front of them with that messaging and with that communication and that opportunity, that's what you should be focused on, not your imposter syndrome. So when you can change the way you think about investing and the way you show up for other people, now you're not as concerned about whether or not they invest with you. You're more focused on serving them educating them, get in front of the right audience. And this is the kind of thing that helps to transform investors from not being able to raise capital for their deals to being able to raise hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, for their real estate investments. You got to stop thinking about yourself, start thinking about other people. These are the kind of conversations we're having in our multifamily mastery mastermind group with operators all over the country. And if this is something that you are seeing as a challenge in your business and you want to learn how to make that transition and stop focusing on yourself and start focusing on others to get them comfortable investing with you, then I want you to be involved and join our multifamily mastery mastermind. So we're going to put a link to there somewhere around here, probably in the show notes or in the description area somewhere. But learn more about this opportunity. We're doing this for a small number of people. We want to get like-minded operators looking to grow, looking to scale, looking to have very smart strategic conversations about not just helping themselves with raising capital for their own deals, but more importantly, being of service for the people that they can help. And again, I'm not about just trying to raise money for everybody. You got to be willing to commit to learning how to spot good deals, how to protect your investors, how to recognize and mitigate risk. And if you're just trying to raise money, it's probably not going to be a fit. But if you want to learn how to serve the people closest to you, how to protect them, how to get them in great deals, then this is something that I'd love for you to join and to be a part of. And to be clear, every investment has some level of risk. You're not going to bat 1,000 and have every deal go great. But if you're focused on the big picture and how to take care of people, how to build wealth, how to teach people how to take care of themselves as well, then this is something I'd love for you to be a part of. So make sure you check that out and get over the imposter syndrome that you may be struggling with today. Learn how to grow and scale your portfolio by serving other people. Hey, if you want to learn more, make sure you check out our website. Go to casmoncapital.com. I will see you next week.